So, welcome back everyone to a new episode of All the Mod 6 to the Sky, and today we got a lot to do. To start off, I made myself a Methodological Infuser, which is using some redstone and some osmium to give him some basic control circuits, which allow me to produce an enrichment chamber, which is now giving me blaze rods. And we need the blaze rods, so we can get ourselves a blaze furnace. The blaze furnace, I'm at obsidian furnace, so now we can actually upgrade into a netherite furnace, and this will make us very fast into cooking. Let's just see how fast. Yeah, that's a lot faster. And I made myself a wireless heater, which is actually what's powering my netherite furnace over here with a wireless heat receiver. So I went ahead and made myself a little bit of a platform because we need to get into villagers, and this doesn't work without villagers apparently. So one of the ways for you to get villagers is using the cocoon of caprice, which is basically some string, a fell pumpkin, which is a pumpkin and rotten flesh, bones, string, and gunpowder, and a mana steel. So we got all of these. We got the cocoon. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it into here, and I need to give it emeralds to make sure that this comes out as a villager. Now, another item you guys should have is actually a time in the bottle. This thing is pretty cool. It will basically store time for the time that I'm playing. You can see it's going up, and then I can actually use this to speed up some of the blocks in the game, and I could use it to speed up this, but since I just made it, it won't have that much time, so it's basically pointless for right now. And boom, just like that, we got ourselves a villager. While we wait for that tiny little guy to grow, let's go ahead and make something which is going to be very useful as well, which is a strainer. If you know create, you probably my create series, you probably know how this works. We kind of just need to make it, like, give it some blocks over here, and we're gonna just enclose this so we can actually put water here like so. And then we need to go ahead and close in the front so it doesn't flow off. Let's just put a bucket of water there. Now the water will flow into here. If we go underneath it, you'll probably see, yeah, it's at 0%, and this is probably going to be very slowly. I can try and speed it up. Oh yeah, and I need some baits, which is why I have a worm bin, which I can just toss in some food over here and then just pick up some of the worms. Should pretty cool, you know. I can just go over here, grab my carrots, put it over there, and boom, this thing will work. Yeah, as I was saying, I can probably speed it up if I have it on more size, but I think I have it like at the maximum speed just because my biome is a warm ocean, which means that in the middle of the water, the thing is actually pumping out a lot more resources. Hello, sir. Don't mind me. I'll get myself this amazing axe. And so while waiting for the villagers to grow, I actually went ahead and made myself an automatic dispenser over here for the coal, for the endo flames, which is basically using a create redstone link here, and then a pressure plate that actually activates another one at the bottom. So I actually think I need to upgrade these guys a little bit, so I need a couple more of these. And a good way to multiply your petals is just bone meal a petal on the floor, then just shear it, and then you will have a tall flower, which gives you 4. And I made myself a bunch of mystical brown petals now. Oh yeah, I also made myself a Demagnetizer. This allows me to have my magnet on and not pick up the coal that thing drops, which is pretty handy. So I made these guys a little bit of a temple over here. I made a second baby, and I'm hoping this works. Hopefully it does, and then I'll just put him into cells, and I can start actually getting some villager traits. So the guy finally grew up, and I actually picked both of those guys and put them into a proper breather. This thing is actually pretty cool. It gives me a baby villager, which I can hold in my hand, which is kind of fun. And I can go ahead, place it down, and to pick it back up, I have it onto the V key, which also has some other interactions that I really don't care at the moment. But what I'm gonna do with this baby one is actually put it into an incubator, which I can just right click, shift right click. No, wait. Oh, never mind. I gotta manually put it into here. It goes into there, and then it will output as a grown-up one. And I think I can go ahead and maybe shift right click into here. And maybe it speeds this block up. This is the maximum amount. Oh, there you go. There you go. It actually does. Perfect. We now have 2 grown-up villagers. And then I went ahead and made myself a trader, which means I can just right-click that on there. Right-click this guy on here. And there you go. He is now a librarian. And we can cycle on his trades. I don't think it has... It maybe has a cooldown. No, it doesn't seem to have a cooldown. It just never seems to actually have book trades. So I've now been training a little bit with these guys, and I have this dude, the farmer, which you basically just put a farmer into this thing and you give him like carrots or potatoes or whatever, and he will start producing food. Take the food, put it over here, so these guys make babies. The babies put it into the incubator, then they grow, and then I'm actually curing some of these guys with a converter. I need to give this golden apple and a potion of weakness and the villager, and then at the time it's 2, and you can even speed it up a little bit if you have time. I wasted all of mine. You can even speed this up, and then you get a cured villager. Then after curing this guy a couple of times, I can now get myself the infinite mending trade, which is basically 1 for 3 books. And you're using 3 books to get emeralds. So this is a pretty cool trade you can get. This guy has Nature's Mend. I don't know if this is good or not. I may want to get a couple of these. But it has Vitality, and Vitality I definitely want. And I made myself a temporary enchantment setup because I want to start farming some seeds and some things from Mystical Agriculture. And we can actually enchant this pedestal. And this one's giving me pedestal area, which is what I want. So let's see what it gave me. Oh, that's perfect, but it has a normal speed, so I want to maybe try and get a faster one. And I made myself a disenchanter, which actually needs power, so I can probably just put this here. And are you gonna work? Always on? Are you gonna consume this and give me stuff? Oh, there you go. I had to make a singularity tank and give this experience, and I actually... This thing is kind of broken because it doesn't work the way it should. Because it was just consuming the XP, was not doing anything. But now it did, so that's alright. Oh, this one came out perfect. Nice. So I went ahead, made myself a 9x9 platform because it's the range of the pedestal over there. And I can actually use the time in the bottle here to speed this guy up. And this will make this thing go crazy. And what I'm trying to get here is a little bit more seeds so I can keep farming this. And we can now dabble onto getting a little bit of extra seeds because I'm farming nature and dirt seeds back here. We can probably go with some other types of seeds. And just because I have enough Aldomodium, I can now just make myself some boots, which are incredibly powerful. I can now just toggle the overing off and I will never take fall damage. These boots are incredibly powerful. And let me try and enchant them, because let's see, rebounding, mana regen. Okay, I have to see what I can get out of these guys. So I've settled with Unbreaking 4, Depth Rider 3, Magic Protection 4, and Occult Aversion, and this can probably go a lot crazier, but I need to understand how that new enchantment table works. But now we actually need to go into the Nether. Why? Because I want to do a mob farm, and in order to do a mob farm, I can actually get a spawner from out here in the end. Not the end, not the Nether, but I need to find a fortress. This is pretty scary because you can see nothing. The only thing I'm trying to keep track of is my Y level through the minimap. And bruh, this is very scary. I just need to find a fortress ASAP. Can't even open the map, but it's not showing anything. Luckily I have a lot of energy in my jetpack. Well, I've been to all the regions, but I'm trying to do a loop around and there's nothing here. Well, this is not exactly how I thought I would be able to get what I wanted, but apparently I had to use a teleport path in order to get myself into the other. I don't know what the other is. I'm about to find out, I think. But apparently there's the fortress somewhere around here, and there's a lot of blazes. Oh god. So, a couple of things have passed. I've been in a live stream, and yeah, can probably see I got myself a different sword and I got a skull. So I went ahead and made myself an obsidian skull, which actually saves me from fire damage, which is pretty cool. And I made myself an Imperium Sword because I died. Yes, even though I have an Aldermodian boots, I still got wrecked by a dragon in the Outer Worlds. And even though I technically didn't find a fortress, I did find some normal spawners, some normal zombie spawners, so I guess we can actually do with these. I also increased our farm over here with some more Imperium seeds and then some coal seeds over here, which will allow us to move into some different kind of power. And all my power will come from this. Okay, maybe not this particular block, but if we go inside, yep, it's gonna come from here. This is a compact machine. So what I'm gonna do with this thing over here is I'm actually gonna make a nuclear reactor over here, or a big reactor, and then I can actually use the energy it creates from outside. Now I went ahead and made what I think is everything I'm going to need. So let's start off with a base, which should be probably a 5x5, maybe. Okay, so I probably will need a few more of these guys because I only brought in 25. Yeah, 25 will not get me the height I want, I think. Yeah, no, definitely not. But let's go over here and let's put the redstone terminal over here. We can put the access port here and another access port over here. And the power tap, we put it over here, and we can already link it up with a flux plug that I made, which should be powering into this network. And then we can just use points outside the system, like this one, to power our machines. So I should have everything to finish this off. And in the middle of this, like if I was, yeah, here, inside of here, this is not gonna stay open. I'm actually gonna put platinum. This will make sure that this thing doesn't actually heat up that much. This is gonna act like a coolant, and it's going to absorb a lot of the heat, which apparently makes it so that this thing can produce a whole lot more power. So I'm gonna completely fill this in with platinum. I may need to go ahead and grab some more from my smeltery. Yeah, I do need to go back there, but that's okay. I got plenty of this being made. And there you go. It's now fully functioning. It just needs to be configured. So I'm gonna choose this side as the input. So it's put in a hopper facing here. And does it accept the blocks? Or do I need to make it ingots? No, it actually accepts blocks. So let's just put it like this. And it's gonna start taking in uranium. And we do need to give ourselves a waste thing. So let's just pop it in an item pipe, then shift right click over there. So the waste, yeah, the waste should come out here. The power output should be going to the network through there. And let's see how much this bad boy can actually pull up. So if I toggle it on, 31,000 going up. Does it reach? Okay, 31, nearly 32. Jesus, that's a lot. And it's still powering up over here. The internal battery is still filling up itself. Okay, this is giving 32,000 RF. This is consuming a whole lot of fuel. And yep, this should mean that with this flux controller out here, we are actually getting powered. So if I was to stand here, yeah, you can see my power goes down and up again because that thing is actually wirelessly charging my jetpack. That's gonna be amazing. This will allow for me to use a lot more machines out here without actually need to have that massive amount of pipes that I have back here, like this. Yeah, I don't need this anymore. Now with the power I have, I really want to start automating this. So I will need to get myself a harvester, which is rotated to the wrong way, I think. There we go. And I also need a item user. Okay, now they're both on the right way, and the item user should really doesn't really need to be that thing. It's just like this. Now I think I do need to give this guy some range as well. Oh, it's the item collector I need, and I need to make Crystallized Amber, which requires fire charges, redstone, magma. So using this setup, the melting chamber and the solidification chamber, I already melted a couple magma blocks, and now there's 2 in there. I just need to properly give it the redstone, the fire charge, and the gold, and then I should have Crystallized Amber. Now there you go, the item collector is set up, so it should activate. It only really needs to pick up items from here, so probably only like around 3. Yeah, probably around 3, and it's a 9x9. This one's a 9x9 as well. I just need to give this guy an access to an ender chest, which I made myself a couple of these, an item pipe, which will be piping these things into this chest, and then I'll just have the chest import directly into my system with this importer. Now, with the importer set up, I should be good to put this point here. This should start to do things. Oh, there it goes. Oh, Jesus. Yep, there it goes. And I'll send him over here. And yeah, it's getting pulled into the system. I wonder if this is too fast. And luckily, to my trip to the outer worlds, I was able to get myself some cobalt, which means that I can now just come over here and make myself cobalt seeds. I also went ahead and placed an Imperium farmland over there, which now should actually make this thing grow. I really hope it does. And then hopefully start giving me cobalt so I can put it in my tools. Yeah, so it is growing, but even though this thing is trying to speed it up, it's still gonna take a while. But we can actually go ahead and give this thing bone meal, and this thing will go ham. Like, look at that. I wonder, will this thing make it go full? No, it won't. Can I put it here? And does it get consumed? Nope, as well. Okay, so I'm guessing it doesn't work with this. And with a little bit of slime here, we can actually now do the mineral sapling, which will allow us to get a really cool piece of wood, which is a mineral. Now this one needs quite a little bit of space to grow, and I got a rotten egg. Okay, because it actually covers a 3x3 area over here. And I think I want a crook to make sure I get more saplings. There we go, 4 saplings. Perfectly fine. And let's take this thing down. And this is what I wanted to see. 1 enriched mandrill log. This is different, I think. Yeah, it gives me the crystallized mandrill chunk. And I have to farm tons of these to make this book, so I can actually try and understand a little bit more of the mod. And in order to start going into the mod, especially some optimization with the crusher. Yeah, because I need these pieces. I need to do tons of these things. Now I can actually also go ahead and pick up the mineral logs, put them into a mechanical squeezer, and get myself a little bit more of some chunks and some resin. And the resin, I think if I put it through a drying basin, yeah, it gives me a full block, which is pretty cool. But of course, to do that, we need 2 of these batteries, which need 1. Wait. 2, 3, 4. There we go. And 1, 2. There we go. And we can do a mechanical squeezer. Perfect. So there we go. It's now producing. It's filling up. And it's giving me a whole lot more of these. Though this drying basin needs to be upgraded. Ah, perfect. There we go. Now this is really good. Way faster. And I can just put a stack of blocks here. every now and then come pick up some of these chunks, and we have a lot of marine chunks. And with that, that's all the time I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, and if you have any ideas of what you want me to do over here, please tell me. I really appreciate your ideas, and see ya in the next one. Bye.